Jen, and welcome back to the Travel Mug Podcast. I just took my last trip of 2025, which was a super quick trip to Toronto for a special event and also for some Christmassy things. So, this episode is kind of like part trip report, part list of Christmassy things to do in Toronto because there's a lot to do. And honestly, I missed most of it.
So here's what you can do to make up for my misses.
Yeah, exactly. So, what time of year should you go to do Christmas things in Toronto? This was my big mistake. We were there the last weekend of November. It was the 29th and 30th, and I would probably not necessarily recommend that weekend in general.
Oh,
A
oh.
lot of things that I wanted to do hadn't started yet. So that was kind of the big bummer. But we were going for a special event that was only on a certain day. So what can you do?
Exactly.
So I would recommend going either the first or second weekend of December, unless you really want to see the Christmas parade, which I will get to in a moment.
Okay. Well, I think that first I would love to hear. Now, I know that this was a big deal. So I'd love to hear where you stayed for your big weekend in Toronto.
Yeah, so we did splurge, and Megan uh, slightly convinced me to do this, but I was probably going to do it anyway. But we just she reaffirmed my decision. We splurged on the Fairmont Royal York, and I have to say that it was worth it. Obviously, this is subjective, but the lobby is stunning. So even if you don't stay here, you can definitely come and check out the lobby. We actually spent quite a bit of time exploring the lobby and people watching, mostly because watching people try to figure out the elevators was kind of funny. Uh,
Was it like a maze? Like what do you mean?
okay, so for the elevators, you scan your room key on like a screen outside of an elevator and it tells you which elevator to go to. So a lot of the time
Okay.
you're not sharing the elevator with like another party. But when you scan your card, it tells you what elevator to go to. Say it says get in elevator 6. You get in, it's only going to that floor. You can't then press a button.
Oh.
So you would see people just like run in and get in an elevator with other people. And it's like, it's probably not going to your floor. So then you'd
Right.
see them come back down. And
Scan their
yes,
card.
the elevator of shame. I don't.
It sounds like like just laughing at you. Sorry, not today.
Yeah. So I will say about the hotel, like the location is essentially perfect for what we wanted to do. It's right across from Union Station. There is a free shuttle to and from Billy Bishop Airport, which is where we flew into. It drops you off like right beside the hotel. I felt very fancy staying here. I had to have my little moment in my robe and my Fairmont slippers, and it was lovely.
I get that. Again, I have stayed there. It is quite lovely. Now, obviously you went for a special event, but there are lots of Christmassy things happening there. So, let's start with that parade you referenced earlier.
Yeah, so we did not get to do the parade, but 2025 was the 121st year of the Santa Claus Parade in Toronto. The date moves a bit each year. This year it was on November 23rd. So if you want to be there for the parade, that's good to know. The parade is actually considered to be one of, or actually the oldest Santa Claus parade in the world, which is pretty cool, and I'm a little sad we missed that. That would have been really neat.
Mm. That seems odd since we're such a young country, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the few wintry, Christmassy things that we did do. And the first thing was the Distillery Winter Village. So it's probably one of the most popular things to do in Toronto and Christmassy times. It used to be called the Toronto Christmas Market. It's now called the Distillery Winter Village. So just so you know, It's in the distillery district in Toronto, and there are some dates and times that you need tickets to get in, but sometimes it's free. So just check the website.
Not confusing at all.
No, no. Just check the website for the date and time that you're planning to go. So general admission tickets are $18.65 and are for a specific date and time. You can also pay more to get an express entry ticket. I have seen videos on TikToks of really long lines to get in on the weekend. So just something to know. So the market is mostly food booths. There were a few craft booths, although it was mostly food. And then there's also like permanent stores in the distillery district that are open as well. The market was really fun. I'm really glad that we went. We got there around 11:30 a.m. The booths didn't open until noon. We were there on a Friday. We stayed until like 3 p.m. and by then it was getting quite busy. You would have to pay to enter that day at 4 p.m. on Friday. So I think a lot of people try to get there like 3 o'clock and so that they don't have to pay to get in, but then you can stay. I will say, like, if you go earlier in the day, you do miss out on like the pretty lights aspect of it, which
Right.
is kind of sad, but it is what it is.
Understood. It's kinda like going to a bar before, like, they start charging cover
Yeah.
and just staying, and this is kind of the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Harken back to our bar days, yeah.
Exactly. Wait, what else did you get up to?
Okay, so Winterville at Eaton Center. So, whether you need to do some holiday shopping or not, I would recommend going to Eaton Center to check out the giant 114-foot Christmas tree. It has a light show that runs every hour. It was really beautiful. And then there's also a spot there where you can get professional photos with the tree or Santa. You do
Mm.
have to make reservations online to meet Santa, so good to know. We went there on a Friday. It was probably like, 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock maybe, and it was busy, but not too busy. We actually stopped in on Saturday, and it was psychotic. Uh
Merry
To
Christmas.
be fair, it was like Black Friday weekend, but holy moly, crowded. We
Mm.
wanted to grab, or specifically my husband wanted to grab a couple things in one store, and we literally like got in and got out as fast as possible.
Oh, I can imagine. Now, how did the tree compare to Woody?
Much less creepy, I will
Mm,
say. Yes,
I
yeah.
suspected.
Yes, for those listeners who don't know, Woody, the Christmas tree at the big mall in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, has a face and he talks. And he is scary looking.
He I like all of, like, the woodland creatures
Yeah.
that surround his base, but I'm really not into the tree itself. I only saw it for the first time, like, last year, and it's haunted a few
Yeah,
dreams.
yeah. We'll have to post that one on our Instagram so
Yes.
people can see Woody. All right, back to Toronto. So, Nathan Phillips Square, there's the Cavalcade of Lights in Nathan Phillips Square. It is a free event where you can enjoy a light display. There's a Christmas tree. You can also rent skates to skate on the arena that's like in front of the Toronto sign. So it's very like photogenic. Skate rentals are free on Saturday evenings this year specifically, but they are normally $15 to rent for adults. We were actually there for the kickoff event, so that was timing that worked out really well. So there was a live orchestra. They played music. It was the candlelight concert, so it had all of the like pretty lights.
Oh,
I know, and they played from Home Alone, like, the theme music, and I was like, because Home Alone's my favorite Christmas movie, so
I've never seen it.
I literally I cannot believe that. We've been through this before, and I
I know.
just
I've not fixed my
must
ways.
I'm gonna tie you down and make you watch Home Alone.
Alright.
All right. So next up is the St. Lawrence Market, which is a permanent food market, and it's 100% worth visiting anytime you go to Toronto. But for the holidays, they have a winter market outside that's open Thursday through Sunday. It's free. It's much smaller than the Distillery Winter Village, but it is also much less crowded. So, you know,
Right.
I mean, I think it's definitely still worth visiting, especially because it is free. There was some food huts, some crafty things. There was a free skating rink. I'm pretty sure it was like the plasticky ice, not real ice. Uh,
What is plasticky
it's like
ice?
fake ice that you can skate on. I
I feel like this is against our core as a people.
Well, it
I
doesn't need to be frozen, so I think that's
I
the
get
main
it.
draw.
It would be, but I've literally never heard of this ice before.
Ah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
They also have free carousel rides and some free outdoor movies on certain dates, and then free photos with Santa on the weekends. Did I say free? Like, it's free.
Yes, I love that though. I think that that's good. I mean, because I'm sure you have to pay for the food and the crafty
Yeah.
things. So I'm sure being able to actually go somewhere for free is a relief.
Yes. Okay, so next up on things I did is the Stacked, it's Stackt, Holiday Hills Market. And I know another market. This one is open from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m., Tuesday through Sunday. It has vendors, pop up bars, photo ops, and a winter games zone. It's free to enter, and it was not crowded when we visited on a Saturday afternoon, so that's nice. It's not huge, but it is worth going to, in my opinion. I did buy a couple Christmas gifts while I was there.
Did you play any winter
I did
games?
not, but it is funny. I went
Mm.
to the Evergreen Market in Halifax this past
Yeah,
weekend, and they had the same winter games. So I guess they're just making their way around Canada. We all have the same thing, apparently.
gotcha, gotcha. Now, that's the stuff you did
Yeah.
do, but I know that you've done some research for our listeners, as have I, but you're gonna kick it off and sort of tell us some things they could do, but you didn't necessarily do.
Yes. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about is Castle Loma. So I really wanted to get to Castle Loma Christmas at the Castle and Holiday Lights, but it runs from December 5th, 2025 to January 3rd, 2026. So I was too early. This is the theme of the episode.
It's like going back to your Thanksgiving in Cape Breton where everything was
I just,
closed.
I forgot about that. Thanks. Yes.
Bless your heart.
So the Castle Loma is decorated for Christmas with a 20-foot Christmas tree in the Great Hall and then 8 signature trees that are created by Canadian designers. There's also performances, like live performances by multiple artists, and kids can meet Santa, of course. And then the holiday lights are outside in the gardens where there's also live performances. So all of this does not come cheap, of course. So you can get tickets separately for each event or buy a combination ticket. But castle tickets are $45 a person, and the holiday light tickets are $45 a person until December 19th, and then they are $50 a person.
Rude.
I know. And if you buy a combo ticket, it's $70 before December 19th and $75 after that. So just make sure that you really want to do this before you spend the money on it.
And if you do, sounds like the combo ticket's the way to go.
Yeah, I think I would have done it, and maybe I would have a different opinion on it if I had done it and spent the money and whether or not
Sure.
it is worth it. But it is something that I would still like to do. So who knows? Maybe I'll do another Christmassy trip to Toronto in the future.
All right.
All right. So the next thing I didn't get to do is the
The next thing I wish I had done, but I could not do because I was too early
is
is
the Festive Lights double-decker bus tour. I was really disappointed that this didn't start until after we left. So imagine getting on a double-decker bus and driving around Toronto to see the most colorful neighborhoods. Plus, you get a live guide on the bus sharing stories about Toronto's history and unique holiday traditions. So the tour is about 75 to 90 minutes. I'm sure that depends on Toronto traffic and
Mhm.
costs $50 each. So not cheap, but sounds fun. This year, the tour was running nightly from, I think, December 11th to December 31st, with no tours on Christmas.
I mean, even Santa has to rest sometime.
Right. All right, Megan, tell us about other things I did not get to do.
I would love to. I would love to. So, first and foremost, there's Canada's Wonderland Winterfest. There's also multiple markets, multiple Winterfests.
Hmm.
So, this one runs November 15th till January 3rd of 2026. Obviously, if you're going another year, check the dates. It is in Vaughan, Ontario. You do still have time if you're listening to this release in 2025 to visit. There, you can expect Christmas lights, light shows, rides, attractions, live shows, skating, and of course, holiday food and drink. You will save money. Apparently, I didn't do enough research or jot it down what you'll save or how much you'll spend, but you will save money by buying your tickets online. And if you buy 4 or more tickets online together, that will give you an even bigger discount. So if you're going with friends or you have a family, go online and buy the tickets there. And because life these days is all about FOMO, you can buy premium ticket add-ons, of course, for different events happening during Winterfest and experiences such as renting an igloo during your time there.
All right. Cool.
And Americans listening, we all just don't live in the igloos. These are for actually just renting while at Winterfest.
Mhm.
Our advice is to buy online in advance to save. I mean, that kind of goes for most things, it seems like these days, if you can
Yeah.
buy tickets.
True.
Winterfest number two, I would love to talk about, is Winterfest Toronto at Harbourfront Centre. 2025 marks just the second year for this event, and like other Winterfest, you'll enjoy dazzling lights, delicious eats, magical train rides, holiday markets, and a new winter maze and some live performances. I'm assuming on specific days and
Nice.
times. So this event at Harbourfront Centre is on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays with varying hours depending on what you'd like to see and do. So be sure to check out online before you head out. There are performances that are free to enjoy, which is nice, and paid performances mixed in as well. Some of the free events there include dance lessons, a craft fair where you can also enjoy some mulled wine, and you cannot forget the Alpine Mary Sheep Choir. Yes, sheep.
Ah, nice.
Yes, yes. The maze and the train, those seem to go through until December 31st. So you do still have some time to catch some of those events.
Yes. Yeah, this was going on while we were there. We just didn't make it there because we were in Toronto for, I think, like 47 hours. So,
They can't do all the
no,
things.
not a lot of time.
Now, the next one I would love to see, and that is the Nutcracker performance. So that is running from December 5th to the 31st in 2025 at the National Ballet. You can see the classic Nutcracker as it celebrates 30 years this year. It has been performed there annually since 1995 in Toronto. So, if you aren't familiar with the story, like myself, I just love the ballet personally. The website tells us squabbling siblings Marie and Misha are attending a Christmas party at their country home when their mysterious uncle Nikolai arrives bearing gifts. Oh, Nikolai, you're a favorite now. These include a beautiful nutcracker doll for Marie, who takes it to the nursery that night. Then the magic begins. The clock strikes 12, the Christmas tree grows to enormous proportions, and Marie and Misha embark on a fabulous journey that teaches them to get along. I wish I'd had that at my house when I was a kid. The link to the website will be in our show notes explaining all about the Nutcracker. And many of the performances I noticed were sold out. However, you can still get tickets for some performances, and you can expect to pay $150 plus for really crappy looking seats. So if you do, so if you do wish to go, my advice is be prepared for that or go next year and buy early.
Yeah. Good, good,
You know?
good plan.
Indeed, indeed. The last couple things I wanted to mention was Allen Gardens Conservatory. Each year, you can usually find a holiday market in late November, early December. You can follow along with them online for details, in particular on Instagram. And don't miss the City of Toronto's stunning poinsettia flower show inside the conservatory if you do go. And then finally, like this one's like a little interesting tidbit, and it's called Kringlewood. So on Inglewood Drive in the Moore Park neighborhood, you can go and visit and see giant 14-foot inflatable Santas lining the streets as they have for the last 10 plus years. So these are like literally in people's yard, initially started by just two men, and it's grown from there. So it is, of course, free to visit, something fun to go and see for all ages, and there are now 80 plus inflatable Santas to wow you.
I like, can you imagine like buying a house on that street and they're like, "Welcome to the street. Here's your 14-foot tall inflatable Santa that you must put up.
Mhm.
We'll see you in December." Like just
It's like you have to sign like a waiver to
yeah, yeah.
purchase the house there or
I
something.
really wanted to go see this and I couldn't find any information online like when they put them up. And so I didn't want to like trek all the way there if no one
Mm,
had them up yet. So didn't get to do it, but if someone out there listening, Toronto is one of our top cities that listens. So someone might have this information. When do the Kringlewood Santas go up? Let us know.
yes. And like, do everyone get together and be like, okay, guys, time for your Santa? Like, I wonder what's in the contract. Everybody said,
Do
like,
you
not
do
really.
you think do you think it's like when you put out the garbage and you see your neighbor putting out the garbage, you're like,
Mhm.
"Ah, Bob has his Santa out. We gotta get our Santa."
Muriel, time to put out the Santa. Yes, not the probably. But moving on from Santa, I'd like to move into our favorite topic, and that, of course, is food and drink. So lay it on us. What can you see and what can you eat?
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about the afternoon tea at the Fairmont Royal York. So
Mm.
if you want to get fancy, this is what you should book. We did not book the tea. I can definitely say that the hotel is decorated like perfectly, and you can book a reservation every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from November 21st to January 4th at either 11 a.m., 1 p.m., or 3 p.m. 11 a.m. teas are $99 per person, and the afternoon teas are $129 per person, which includes a glass of sparkling wine. So at least you get
Oh, jeez.
something for that extra $30. Um, and all the tea times, of course, include the same food, which looks quite fancy and is likely delicious.
It
However,
better be
it better
delicious.
be delicious. It did not look safe for someone with shellfish allergies, like my husband, and nut allergies. It was very shellfish forward, and also didn't really look like they would accommodate vegetarian diets. So we saved our money.
I don't picture, like when I'm picturing an afternoon high tea, I'm not picturing it being shellfish forward.
Yes, there were definitely lobster sandwiches, and I can't remember
Mm.
what else, but I was like, no.
I can go to my parents and get lobster for free, but thanks. All right, what's
All
next?
right. So the next thing I want to talk about is a food tour. So for a Christmas themed food tour, you can check out Sugar and Spice Holiday Food Tour with Culinary Adventure Co., which includes 4 food stops where you get 8 different tastings, plus plenty of time to shop for the foodies on your gift list. So in this year, 2025, the tour is offered on Sundays from November 30th to December 31st. Unfortunately, we were flying out on Sunday morning, so we could not book this tour. So we decided to book their St. Lawrence food market tour. And let me tell you, we had such an amazing time. So, first of all, we were the only people that booked.
It was a private tour.
It ended up being a private tour, which was amazing. Our guide Katarina, we had the best time with her. She totally customized the tour to accommodate my husband's food allergies, like I mentioned, and our preference for vegetarian options. We had so many delicious things, and we were so full after the tour. And I think the bonus of this tour, like in particular at this time of year, is it is inside, mostly inside. You
Mm.
start outside, and then you go inside. So on a cold, like wintry day, you're way more comfortable. And I would say this is definitely one of the highlights of our trip, although not specifically Christmas themed, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, I want to talk about pop-ups. So, during Christmas in Toronto, you're going to see pop-up bars for festive food and drinks. We meant to visit one, but we ran out of time and room in our stomachs to be.
Those 47 hours went
They
fast.
really did. So, our food tour guide recommended checking out Miracle, which has 2 locations in Toronto, and all of their proceeds go to Nellie's Women's Shelter. So, that's nice. Different blogs that I read while I was planning this trip have mentioned that pop ups can be expensive and the quality can really vary. So, get recommendations if you can.
Mhm.
So these next 2 options are not Christmas themed at all, but they are 2 restaurants that we ate at and really enjoyed, so I just wanted to share them. So the first one is La Carnita. It's a Mexican restaurant. We ate at their John Street location, although they have a couple of other locations in the city. The food was super delicious. The bartender customized one of their cocktails to be alcohol free for me, so that was lovely. And I really enjoyed it. Got 2 different tacos, both delicious. And of course, we finished with churros, which they were
This one
so
does.
good.
Yes.
And then the second one we ate at was called The Host. It was an Indian restaurant. They have one location in Toronto. It's near the Sick Kids Hospital. They also have another location in Richmond Hill as well. They usually have an all-day buffet, but they didn't have the buffet on the day we ate there. But the food was super delicious. They had lots of vegetarian choices. Our server was really great, and overall, we were super happy with that choice.
That's the thing about Indian restaurants. They oftentimes are either mostly vegetarian or have so many different options. It's a really great choice.
Yeah, and I mean, it's one of my favorite foods, like garlic naan. Oh,
I know. I know. It's so, so
so
delicious.
good.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all of that. I think that will be super useful, if not for this year. Honestly, if people are making plans for any years to come for Toronto at Christmas, I think all of this is great with some really great advice. And that is it for this year, 2025 Christmas in Toronto. We hope you are able to at least catch some festive events wherever you are and enjoy the spirit of the holidays if that is your thing. As always, thank you for listening and being here. We love spending time with you. You can find us on social media at Travel Mug Podcast, our website, travelmugpodcast.com. And if you like what we're doing in the spirit of giving, you can show the support of the show by buying us a coffee. Link is in the show notes, or leave us a review or share the show with someone else who may enjoy our lovely personalities. And until next time, bye everyone.
Bye.